Hey, what's up, man? Gary Walker with liveanabolic.com. And in this video, this is something special for you guys that are in your 50s. I'm going to give you some of the better exercises for guys in their 50s, all right? A lot of my stuff is a broad range. It's for guys approaching 40s, people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond. However, I just want to kind of reach out to you, to some of you guys that are in your 50s now, and that may be getting started for the first time, or at least for the first time in a while. You do need to do things differently. Good Lord, if I can get it out, man. All right, but anyways, I just want to make sure that you guys know that, first of all, it's not too late for you. There's still a lot of stuff that you can be doing, stuff that you did in your 20s and 30s. Guess what? You can still do a lot of the same lifts. However, you need to do them smarter. You got to be smarter about the way you lift now, because the last thing you need is an injury. And here's the thing. Once you get your mind right and you're ready to jump in, you're ready to get started, you're committed mentally, then when you get the physical part going, you need to make sure you're setting yourself up for success. So do things gradually. A lot of guys, man, I know that mentality. When you're a guy, you've been there before, you've looked a certain way before, and you're ready, you want to go all in, and you're going to go straight into the same type of exercises, same type of rep scheme, same type of things you used to do. You can't do that anymore, unfortunately. All right? You can, but you're setting yourself up for a potential injury, for overtraining, because again, guys, once you get older, your testosterone levels are lower, your metabolism is slower. There's a lot of things going on internally that weren't going on when you were younger. And there's a lot of natural wear and tear on your joints, okay? Keep that in mind. Just from daily sitting, daily up and down, daily walking, just everything that you do naturally over time, it's putting wear and tear on your joints, and it's causing an environment that's totally inflamed. So you're fully inflamed, and you're gonna have to reverse some of that. First thing you wanna do is, I know I'm talking about exercises, but let me just harp on nutrition for a minute. Even if you have the new exercises down, you still need to focus on nutrition. Make sure you're eating properly to allow your body to recover from these workouts you're going to be doing, these exercises you're going to be incorporating. Make sure you're staying hydrated. That's another thing. Drink enough water, drink a lot of water, eat good whole foods, nutrient-dense foods. So good lean proteins. Make sure you're getting your carbs as well. There's a lot of fad diets out there that are eliminating carbs. That's the very last type of diet you need to be following. You need to make sure you're consuming carbs. The right type of carbs though, gluten-free carbs, and make sure you're getting some good rice, potatoes, some cruciferous veggies, and also make sure you're getting some good fats, good essential fats. You need a variety of nutrients. You want to make sure it's not just about the macronutrients, not just about the proteins and fats and carbs, but it's also about all the little micronutrients, your vitamins and minerals. You need a variety of those things, especially when you're older, man, all right? But once you start getting those down, you're gonna start feeling better instantly, okay? Just from incorporating those nutritional habits. So also, along with the exercises, you wanna make sure you're allowing your body enough rest and recovery time. One of the best ways to do that is make sure you're getting optimal sleep at night, okay? Even if you can't get a lot of good sleep at night, but you got 30 minutes or so during the day for a nap, that's going to be beneficial for you, man. All right, so do that. Just make sure you're getting your rest. Rest is when your body is repairing itself. It's when your body is releasing growth hormone. So you want to increase all those hormone levels, and by getting better nutrition, by getting more rest, and by doing these exercises I'm going to tell you, you're going to start maximizing your hormone levels again, and that's going to go a long ways in helping you feel better as well. Because looking better is great, but you also want to feel better, all right? It's amazing when you look great, and it's even more amazing when you feel the way you look. So keep that in mind. There's a lot of people out there, man, that they look amazing, but they feel broken all the time. Keep that in mind. Look at professional athletes. There's a lot of those guys that feel broken all the time, you know? I'm trying to help you get better, get more fit, and also get more healthy while you're looking better. So those are key things to focus on, and just implement all of those little strategies at the same time, and you will get tremendous benefits. But all right, man, enough talking about that stuff. Let's get into some of these exercises. Squats. You need to do some type of squat variation. That being said, if you're 50 years old and you've been at a job where you're sitting all the time, then I get your mobility and flexibility isn't quite what it used to be. So you may have a little bit of mobility issues. So that may keep you from doing back squats. Okay, you may have shoulder tightening to where your shoulders are so tight you can't get the bar back far enough without hurting your shoulders. So that's where a front squat variation might help you. All right, you can try front squats. You can also try one of my all-time favorites for older guys that are getting started back is a goblet squat. That's where the weight is supported in front of you up against your chest so you're not injuring your lower back, but it's also helping to strengthen your lower back when you're incorporating goblet squats. Goblet squats help you sink the weight down below. When you're doing that, it's opening up your hips. So that's something you want to start doing. Just because you don't have that mobility now, if you have lost mobility, you can regain the mobility. So keep that in mind. Don't have the mindset that it's gone forever, because that's not the case. You can get it back. You just need to start implementing some of these exercises that are designed to help you open up your hips a little bit. All right, so that's why I'm saying the goblet squat may be the right squat for you. But there's a front squat, a back squat. There's so many squat variations, but you need to make sure you're doing one of those. Squats are going to provide all those amazing benefits: hormone benefits, muscle building benefits, bone strengthening benefits, metabolism boosting benefits. So you're getting just strength all across your body by doing squats. So that's going to help you feel better immediately. All right, next exercise, you want to make sure you're doing a type of pressing movement. A bench press, for example. However, I never get guys, if you came to me, man, and you're in your 50s, you hadn't worked out in 20 years, you're wanting to get started back, I would never put you on a barbell bench press to start back, okay? I like the dumbbell variation. Let's figure out where your biomechanical, anatomical alignment fits and it doesn't fit. If you're being locked into a specific position with the barbell, it may create more issues, especially if you're lacking mobility in your shoulders. Okay, so I want to make sure that you're doing a press, but let's start with the dumbbell. It can be a flat dumbbell bench press or an incline dumbbell bench press. I like incline a lot, especially for older guys. It's just a little bit easier on your shoulders. So keep that in mind. So everything you are focusing on initially is getting all of these movements implemented, but getting them implemented so they're not hurting. Okay, I'm not talking about a muscle, hey man, this is burning my muscles, this is too hard. I'm not talking about that. That's beneficial. What we're talking about is your shoulders shouldn't be hurting. Okay, your elbows shouldn't be hurting, your wrists shouldn't be hurting, your lower back, your knees. Those are things that you're trying to work on initially. You're trying to work on some of the mobility, get some of that functionality back in your movement. All right, so that's one of the key points I want you to pay attention to. And listen to your body when you're doing some of this stuff, because there's a lot of these movements I'm giving you, exercises that have a lot of variations to them. If you can't do one, vary it a little bit. There's one out there that you can do, okay? Keep that in mind. All right, next, I like to do a horizontal back row. You don't have to do bent over barbell rows, but what I prefer when we're starting back is get your body on an incline bench and do a chest supported row. Get an incline bench, lean against it so it's supporting your chest, which is going to help your lower back, and do dumbbells. You can do the dumbbell row with a chest supported incline bench. That's going to help you get that movement back and help develop some strength in your back while we're working on your core. Okay, you're going to be working on your core with some of these exercises I'm giving you. That's going to help strengthen all around your spine so you can get to where you can do a regular bent over row without needing that chest support. But initially, to get started back, I'm going to recommend chest supported dumbbell row. All right, just keep that in mind. Also, a shoulder press. Now let's focus on a shoulder press. Shoulder press is an all-around good movement. It's also going to help strengthen your core, but you want to make sure you're using the proper grip. I don't recommend the palm straight forward grip. I recommend more of a neutral. All right, a neutral grip here, and same thing, you're going to use dumbbells as opposed to a barbell. Dumbbells just allow a little bit more free range of motion. and it's going to allow the dumbbells to work with your body and your alignment and how you are now, especially starting back. The more you're doing this, you're going to start bringing a lot more stability, if I get the word right, stability to your shoulders and to all these other joints. So you're going to be able to do some more variations as you're working through your initial exercises. So keep that in mind. You may not be able to do it now, but you're going to be progressing to where you can do some of these other variations. All right, another exercise I'm going to give you guys is a little bit different out there, but I want you to do a plank variation. There's a lot of different planks. A lot of people don't like the planks, but get this. As an older person starting back, it's going to be great for your overall core. It's working your hip flexors as well, your glutes, your lower back, your obliques. You're going to get a lot of work. You can do a straight arm plank, elbow plank. As you progress from there, you can start doing some movements. You can do a wider star plank. There's a lot of different types of planks that you can work in, okay, that you can work into your exercises. Start with this most simple one. If it's too easy for you, then start working on some of the more difficult ones. But there's a lot of plank variations. If you have not seen any of my other exercise videos, make sure you check those out, man, because I've done a lot that incorporate a lot of different types of planks. So I've demonstrated all of these exercises in a lot of other videos as well. So make sure you check those out because I want to make sure you're doing all of these correctly. All right, but here's another one I'm going to give you guys, and I recommend this. Start from day one. It's a farmer's walk. Farmer's walk, some people call them farmer's carries. Basically what you're doing, you're grabbing dumbbells, make sure they're fairly heavy, all right? You're struggling to maintain the grip. That's gonna help with your grip strength, but it's also helping your upper back, your core, your legs, your glutes. So a farmer's walk, you're grabbing the dumbbells, keep them to your side, and you're just gonna go for a walk. Walk. If you're in a small area, walk back and forth. But one little caveat, make sure when you're turning, the rotation, I see a lot of people doing farmer walks, they're trying to sprint with it. You're walking fast or they're turning fast. That's the last thing you want to do because you're just setting yourself up for a knee injury. So make sure you're walking under control. Focus on every single step. Stand upright, stand tall, chest out, shoulders back, core tight. Grip that weight, man. All right, just grip it and then walk. And if you turn, make sure you're turning your whole body as one unit. You're not just twisting at the knee because that's an injury waiting to happen. Meniscus injury, that happens a lot when people aren't paying attention to their twisting. All right, that's when you get those meniscus injuries, especially older guys. Known a lot of guys with meniscus injuries and they're freak injuries. I actually tore my meniscus. It's a partial tear that I've done last May because it was a basketball injury. Nothing to do with weight training. The only reason I didn't need surgery is because my joints were strong enough from all the years of weight training. So keep that in mind. You can tear a meniscus just from twisting it and rotating it. It's the last thing you want to do if you're in the gym though, because it will set you back forever. So keep that in mind, especially as an older guy. But awesome, that's a lot of these exercises I shared with you that I want to make sure that you're implementing. There's another one that you're going to want to progress to fairly quick, and it's a dumbbell deadlift. I love doing deadlifts, all right? However, when I'm not there to instruct you and see you in person, it's one of those I want you to wait to do. You need to make sure somebody that knows how to do them correctly is watching you, or at least you want to make sure your core is strong enough that it's supporting your lower back, and you've got the hip hinge movement down before you're doing it. So once again, man, I've got some other videos out there that show you how to do a deadlift correctly, and I've got videos showing you how to do them with a trap bar, which I would recommend next. I would go straight from the dumbbells to the trap bar and get dumbbells down first and then move into the trap bar deadlifts. But once you get those movements in place, like I said, you're going to progress and get better, but that's where you need to be starting. Those are the exercises that you need to start with. All right, another long video. I just hope that you can get some stuff out of this because it's not too late for you, man. 50 is nothing, all right? I mean, you got 60s and 70s to go. Man, I've trained people that are in their 70s that look amazing, so keep that in mind. You got a lot of growth left ahead of you. you're going to feel great over the next few years, over the next several years, if you continue to implement these things and just progress, man, because this is a longevity thing. It's a lifestyle choice that you're making that's going to be better for you, your family, all that are surrounded by you, man. But all right, if you got any questions about any of these exercises, comment. I can walk you through how to do them correctly. Make sure you check out some of my other videos that show you how to do these exercises. Also, if you want a program that's done for you, shows you step by step, it's a blueprint, what to do, how to do, when to do it, then my Ripped After 40 program is specifically for you, man. I designed it for you, so check it out. You can click on the link in the description box and check out that Ripped After 40 program. But all right, man, that's all I got. Get these things implemented, get busy, get after it. God bless.